Hello everyone, my name is Sagar and I hope you are doing well. In this video, we are going to see how we can detect or analyze the face. Okay, so let me hide this. We are going to detect and analyze the face. Okay, so typically like in your cell phone, you have a face recognition system by which your cell phone instantly opens. So we have the similar type of service in Azure which will able to detect the face, and additionally it can do many more things as well. We'll see in code how and what. Okay, so the first thing is that I will go to my portal. So there's a resource named as face resource. So simply search here for face, click on this, and your marketplace you will get this particular service named as face. Okay, simply create this resource. You can select your resource group here. Then you can give a name, and here you have different tiers. So I will go with this free one. Okay, and then next I can go to review and create. Other things are really not important for me. You can again validate all the information while the validation is being in process. Okay, so I will wait for this to get completed ASAP. Okay, now it has passed the basic validation. So I will go ahead and we'll create this resource. Okay, so by the time this resource is getting created, so what we are going to do, let me open the notepad again. So we are going to write a code by which we'll provide an image. Okay, so then we'll use the face APIs. Okay, we'll detect the face, and also it also helps to provide the face attributes. We'll see later what I'm trying to say, like different kind of what all it can detect. Okay, then we'll also draw the box around the face. Okay, and then we will simply save that image somewhere. Okay, save the image item. So this is going to be our complete flow. Okay, so now by the time the resource is getting deployed, I can go ahead and I can duplicate this tab because we are going to create an SDK as we are doing in all our videos. Maximize it to 150. Okay, so here I will open the PowerShell. Maybe later here I'll connect to my PowerShell and I will select my subscription, apply. Alright, so I will go here, and the next thing is that here we have this option to open this in VS Code. Alright, so it will take some 40 seconds, so not an issue, we can wait. Okay, by the time I will go to this resource, so the important thing would be for me to work on this movie. I will tell you in a minute here. Okay, again my endpoint and keys are here. Alright, so now everything is ready here for me. Okay, now the only thing that I need to do is, first of all, I will open my terminal here. Let me open this terminal, new terminal. Here we'll basically type all our commands. Okay, so I will wait. Alright, here. So the first thing is that I need to type this command. I'll press enter here. Now the cloning and all this thing will happen here. If you see, this has been cloned. Okay, and try to see if I can maximize this window. Yeah, alright. So guys, now this is completed and I don't need this one. Okay. Now it is completed. Okay. Now the next thing is that I want to go to a particular location. So I will type this particular command here. Okay. So if you will go to your left files here, you have something called face. Okay. You have this face API. Here's your Python code. We'll see in a second. Okay. But let me see if without installing Python also I will able to complete this lab. Okay. Now this is completed. Okay. Now the next thing here would be for me to install all this. So I can simply type this command. Environment variable, I put comma here, all this, and let me enter. It should install. Alright, so this seems to be completed now. Okay, I will wait again for a minute here. Alright guys, so this is all completed. Now the next thing here for me would be, yeah, so next thing here for me would be to enter these two. So I'll come down here. So here I need to provide the key. So I'll copy my key, my face API key. I can paste my API here, sorry, key here, and the second one is the endpoint. So I can easily copy and paste this. Once you are done, make sure to save this. Okay. Now, once you have done this, then let's go to code. And here if you see, this is a sample code where we need to import the namespaces. Again, the basic authentication code is already with us. Okay. And here if you will go to images, so you have these three images. Okay. There's a woman, again, three images. Okay. There's a collab image of these two women as well. All right. So here we are simply focusing on this particular image. Okay. Then we need to authenticate to this client. Okay. Then here is the code for facial features. Then we get the face and etc. etc. Okay. Now in order to get this, I can go to my GitHub here. So you can get this code from my this repo. D365, and here I will have a go to detect and analyze phase. Simply open this, copy, and you can paste it here and save it. Okay. Now let me run the code here. I can come here and I can type this command in order to run. Okay. We'll see how it behaves. All right. So let's see what it does. Okay, so if you see here, it detected the face nicely. So if you see this particular image, okay, head pose, pitch, row, forehead, eye, mouth, blah blah, all this information. Okay. Similarly, if I will provide my this face number 2, so I can enter the same here, and instead of this, let me write here. Okay, so you can see all this information here. Okay. Similarly, if I will go with this faces one images, that is this one. Okay. Here also you can see all the output and everything. So here I can do one thing. So if you click here, okay, so this image will be created at runtime, and if you see here, it is directed to faces. Okay, and similarly, if I will let me again run this, okay, and this time and say the face to here, face to the result will be saved here. Okay, and if you see here, it is basically working as expected. Okay, now let's see our code as everything is working fine here. Okay, so yeah, so here the first thing is that this is the normal code. Okay, we are using this .NET OS 6 and blah blah, and we also need to draw the images and all those. Then we are importing this namespaces because we want to authenticate. We are using the face APIs. Okay, for all this we need this. So this is specifically used in order to get that rectangular thing. So if you see here this rectangular thing, right? So this code is specifically used for this one. Okay, and this matplotlib is to save the images. Okay, and then here we are simply leveraging the face APIs. Okay, this one. Okay, then we will use this face detection model. Okay, and here we'll starting the main function. Then we are clearing the older output. Inside try we are trying to write our code, and here if you see we are getting the endpoint key and endpoint URL. Okay, and then from here we are going to select the image. Okay, and so if the images is coming from the command, so we'll use that file. Okay, instead we will not provide any file, then it is going to use this one. Okay, then we'll simply initializing our face APIs here. Okay, and then we have certain features. Okay, inside our this API. Okay, so this head pose, occlusion and accessories. Okay, in order to get the extra details. Okay, then here we are simply reading the the directions of the face. Okay, and this occlusion will help us to wait a sec. So this will help us to know how much things has been hidden, and the accessories will help what all extra things is available, for example the specs and all these things. Okay, then we are simply opening the image here in this binary form. Then we are calling our this face API. Okay, and then here we are simply passing the model here. Okay. Yeah, let me come down here. Okay, then we are checking if we have detected any face. Okay, for example we may provide an image which does not have face, so it will tell. Okay, then we are going to iterate through all the faces. If we'll have more than one face, as you can see in this faces images, we have more than one image. Okay, then here we have all the attributes. Okay, like the head pose, the pitch, the roll, uh, and like the how much forehead is hidden, eye, mouth, and everything. Okay, so this will give us this will print all this information. Okay, now the series information is also here if there will be anything, and then we are simply annotating the image as well. Okay, and if you see here this function is being called here, so we are going to draw the size and everything. Okay, if we have multiple images, so we'll do it multiple times, and then we are saving the annotated images inside this particular detected face.jpg. Okay, so in short this program is simply taking the images and it is detecting the face. It also helps us to detect various other things. For example, if there is any accessories, how many, what is the face position, all this, whether the eyes, mouth, it is hidden, if we have the any accessories. So if you see the in your figure number one, or sorry, in the face number one, we have the spectacles. Okay, so if I enter it here, okay, so if you see it is able to detect the accessory. Okay, that is glass. Okay, but the eye, mount, all these things are not hidden, right? Yeah, so thank you for watching this video.